and I was watching EPL because in Korea it's the most popular, and then Serie A.
Have you been to a Korean football match?
Man, of course, I used to go a lot
Really?
because my father-in-law he goes a lot, and he goes by himself. And
Seoul FC?
No, man, Gangwon FC. He lives in Chuncheon, out
Ah,
of Seoul.
I
So
see.
I used to go to these Gangwon FC matches, and it's funny because they have in Chuncheon they have a huge stadium, which is a very nice stadium, which probably 40,000, 50,000 people can fit in. But when they have K-League matches, they have around like 1,000 people. So they created a smaller stadium just around the pitch, just not to make the original stadium look too empty. But still, it's good fun, and I used to watch K-League. Actually, this morning, I was shooting a program for NBC.
Yeah.
And there was a Swedish guy who is playing for Chunnam Hassan, which is like a K-League 2 team.
So it's like the second league of...
Yeah, for Korea. And I was amazed, when there's a Swedish guy playing in League 2.
See, my question is always, how do these guys get there?
He was contacted. He used to play in Austria in the first league, and then he went back to Sweden, and then he was playing for a few months in Greece. No, maybe one season, and then they called him, and his girlfriend, she's Austrian, but she's really into K-drama, K-pop and stuff. And she told him, Korea is a nice place, you should go. So he just came here, and he's play. He haven't started yet because as long as he arrived here, the whole season was like postponed because of coronavirus. That's why, but it's pretty funny.
My first soccer stadium experience in Korea was national game, a friendly game between Brazil and Korea.
Mm-hmm.
A couple of years ago. I don't remember which year it was.
Okay.
I went there with a couple of friends. Completely different atmosphere than in Europe.
Oh, of course, man.
In Europe, if you go to a football stadium and you go into the fan section,
That's
ultra
crazy.
fan, it's insane.
I know, man. I also went to Germany to watch a game in Germany.
It
It's
is
crazy.
insane.
But then if have you ever seen a baseball match here in Korea?
Yeah, a couple times.
And if you go to see a baseball match in Korea, that's insane too. And if you go to Italy and you watch baseball in Italy, man, that's the most boring thing on earth. So I think it's pretty much the same, isn't it?
The atmosphere is a little bit different.
Oh.
In Korean stadiums, let's take baseball for an example.
The stadium is packed usually.
Yes.
with baseball matches.
So in a German football stadium, you go in, if you go really into the deep fan section, you have this atmosphere of craziness, supporters, beer, sausages, singing, dancing, everything at once. And it's like, if for somebody who has never been, definitely need to go.
Yeah, of course, man. I went to Germany. I went to see a match between Mainz, right?
Mainz
and Bayern Munich. And I felt it was great fun. It was crazy as in Italy. And I felt it was much safer than Italy. I mean, the supporters from both teams, they were having beer together before the match. Which is something that can happen.
This doesn't happen in Italy?
Man, we kill each other.
Is that really so?
No, not of. I mean, not the majority of people, but some people do. Usually, we are separated from the other team supporters because you never know.
Any other sports experience in Korea? Because for me, it was only football so far and baseball.
Baseball. I think one of the best experience a foreign can have in Korea is go to watch baseball. In Seoul, you can actually just go to the Jonghap-Bundonjang, so which is like the complex stadium. How did you call it? Like is the
I always forget the names of the stadiums.
It's very close to the Olympic Stadium, and it's like a sport complex, and I guess is where the Tucson Bears,
Tucson Bears,
team called Tucson Bears played, and that's right, Bobby, isn't it? Tucson, Yes, the so one of the two Seoul teams, and that's just crazy. I mean, it's so much fun. I don't understand anything about baseball. I don't even know the rules, but I went there and I was having like a Korean fried chicken, beer. I was watching to the cheerleaders, and I don't even know the score. I mean, I think it's one of the best experiences to have in Korea.
Have you ever shot any program regarding sports? I mean, you've been on TV.
I did a lot like sport about soccer, because lately soccer. I can think last year, 2018, 2019, soccer became really popular again thanks to Son Heung-Min. Son, like the player from Tottenham Hotspur, he did great last year. They reached the final in Champions League, so soccer became really cool again. And the other player who plays for Salzburg, Hwang Hee-chang was doing pretty good as well. And then last year they had Lee Seung-woo playing in Italy, in Verona. So they had these so many guys. Then there's a guy playing in Bordeaux in France. So many Korean players doing well in Europe. So soccer became popular again. And the football team in Daegu, which is one of Korea's largest cities, they built a new stadium, and they built a very nice stadium. It's smaller, it's really small, and so the crowd is so close to the players, and it's packed every weekend.
How many seats?
I don't know, maybe 10,000.
Also, it's rather small.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's even 5,000. I don't know. I need to check. But before with a big stadium, if it's not packed, it doesn't look nice. So they built this very tiny stadium where all the people are so close to the pitch, and so it became great fun to go and watch soccer over there in Daegu. So the whole K-League movement was picking up again a lot, actually. So I did a program about football on YouTube as well with TVN.
What was it called?
Mileage Soccer.
This is still on YouTube. People can still watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, of course, man. Mileage Soccer. We were like they did a football team, only with celebrities. They picked all the best. The celebrities who can play actually decent soccer.
Mm-hmm.
They were actually very good, the guys, and we were playing against the K-League teams.
Oh boy!
No, we were doing well actually. We were doing well because we weren't playing. We were playing like four, like like 4 people against 4 people or 5x5, and we're doing different games and stuff. And it was a charity program. So the team that was winning or losing, I don't remember, we were like donating some money. Anyway, it was good fun. And now I just guess even there's a program called the Munchoya Chanda.
I've seen that
on
one.
JTBC, which is about football, and it's very popular as well.
But this one has a little bit of different setup, as they pick former sports stars that in most cases have never been played football before.
They're terrible at playing soccer, yeah.
But they take like a judo guy, a tennis guy, a basketball guy. I don't know what kind of sports they pick.
They are like a former sports star.
Right.
You have Olympic medalists. You have like some of the best basketball players, like volleyball players in Korea. Now they're retired, and they make them play soccer, and it's good fun because they're really good at sports, but they're really bad at soccer.
And you joined that once, right?
Yeah, I did.
How was that?
Man, so the coach, the manager of this celebrities team, a sports celebrities team,
yeah,
is Han Chong-wan. Han Chong-wan, you know him, is a former national team player from Korea. So before Han Chong-wan got into the pitch, I was the only guy who could play proper soccer. So it was crazy. I was just running back and forth. And then Han Chong-wan came into the pitch, and even though he's pretty old now, I mean, still he's a great football player. So we lost eventually.
Oh, you did lose?
Yeah.
That's the thing about former football players, though. Like, they did have the skill, and maybe they gained some weight. Yes, maybe they aged, but the skill itself Most of the times, always stills.
Of course, man. And then Han Sung-wan was probably one of the best, one of the maybe 10 best best Korean football players ever. You know, the legend of Korean soccer is Cha Bong-geum. You know him, right? He was playing in Germany.
He's playing for Frankfurt.
Yeah, he was playing for Frankfurt.
And this guy in Germany is called, what's his nickname?
Boom Boom, no?
Boom Boom Cha.
Boom Boom Cha, yeah.
Boom Boom Cha. If you walk in Frankfurt,
he was in the 70s, right? Isn't it? In the 80s.
Late 70s, I would guess.
Yeah,
I am not sure.
Know. I met him once, and he's the legend of
Oh my god,
soccer.
I'm so jealous. Are you friends with him?
No, I just met him once, but I got his sign on my football shoes. Yeah.
You should sell it. No, just keep it for yourself. That's
Not
way
for
better.
now, but who knows?
The funny thing about that guy is, as soon as he played for Frankfurt, if you walk in Frankfurt in some of the subway stations, they have pictures from, former stars, and his picture is there really big.
Wow!
In the subway station in Frankfurt, it's really random.
Yeah, great, man. I mean, at that time, it wasn't easy for a Korean player to play in Europe and to do well in Europe.
That is so true.
Yeah, and then for me, after him, the biggest star is like Park Ji-sung, Ji-sung Park.
What is he doing now, though? Do you know?
Park Ji-sung, I guess he's still living in the UK, but he comes to Korea quite a lot. I also did a program with him, playing esports. We were playing FIFA. Yeah, and I actually if I remember well, I won against Park Ji-sung at FIFA.
You should have taken a picture.
Yeah, of course. If we play real soccer, he's gonna destroy me. But FIFA, I did pretty well. And anyway, we took pictures. He's a very nice guy. And I think he's still working with like football and these kind of things. And even though Son Heung-min from Tottenham has been doing great, still Park Ji-sung did something that no one has done. Like he reached the quarterfinals at the World Cup. He won a Champions League with Manchester United.
For the World Cup one, wasn't he part of this?
Yeah, 2002.
But then they lost against Germany in the
semifinals.
semifinals.
Oh, semifinals. Yeah,
so he actually made it to the semifinals.
He made it to semifinals. Yeah, sorry, semifinals, and then he won the Champions League with Manchester United. He also probably won the EPL title. So that's amazing.
So here's one question for you:
Mm.
Is there anyone in Korea that you haven't met and you want to meet?
Football players?
No, anybody. I mean, we both have been part of the entertainment industry.
How about you, man?
I would actually go for the football players that you just named. That was like, I'm so jealous.
Park Ji-sung and those guys?
Just because I've been watching them on TV when I was younger. I watched the World Cup. I was about 14, 15, watching with my friends, seeing these guys. I just like to meet them.
Yeah, of course, man. I mean, if you like soccer, if you love soccer, as we do, of course you want to meet them. I never met Son Heung-min. I'd like to meet Son Heung-min actually. Yeah,